It is July 29th. We're about to talk about Halloween. Where has this year gone? All right, let's do this. Let's talk about traveling to Walt Disney World for August, September, and October. Now, whenever I break up like the seasons for Walt Disney World, for me, August, September, and October is the fall season. So let's talk everything. We're going to talk about the updated closures for the 2025 season, whether that be ride or land closures, time changes, new things that are happening, the seasonal things that are happening, Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, weather, crowds, the whole bit. So let's get into it. Changes and closures are very important for you to know on your trip because you don't want to be talking up an experience and then arrive and then it's closed and then we have a meltdown. So let's go over everything that is going to be closed or is like permanently closed, because if you don't know, Walt Disney World is going through like a major overhaul right now. We are in the rebuilding stage right now. So first up, in Magic Kingdom, the Walt Disney World Railroad does not go all the way around Magic Kingdom. So it will only go from Main Street back to Fantasyland and then back to Main Street. So it's basically just a mode of transportation to get you from point A to point B and then back again. In Frontierland and Liberty Square, the Tom Sawyer Island is now closed permanently, and then also the Liberty Bell, which used to be the huge steamboat that you were able to go on and that would go all the way around Tom Sawyer Island, is also permanently closed, making way for the new Piston Peak area coming who knows when, 2027, hopefully. Also in Frontierland, Big Thunder Mountain is still closed, going through its major refurb. That is set to open in 2026. We do not have an opening date for that as of yet. And then lastly, in Tomorrowland, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin will be closing down on August 4th. The last day to ride it will be August 3rd, and that is also getting a full makeover. The guns are going to be free roaming, targets are going to be interactive, things are going to be happening. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but it will be closed for a long stretch of time and not reopening until 2026. Again, no date has been officially announced. In Hollywood Studios, the Muppet Courtyard is now officially and permanently closed. That is now making way for the new Monsters, Inc. land, so that means no Pizza Rizzos, no Mama Melrose, and no Muppet Vision 3D. That has all been blocked off. We also got like a random new announcement for Animation Courtyard in Hollywood Studios. That will be closing on September 25th of this year. The last time to be able to experience like the Star Wars launch bay, the Disney Junior Dance Party back there is going to be on September 23rd. The new part that is coming will be opening in 2026. And personally, I'm very excited about this. It's going to bring, for me, it's nostalgic. It's going to bring back Hollywood Studios, like what Hollywood Studios was whenever I grew up. You want to get a feel for like what it's going to be like on Disney Plus, watch Disney's Once Upon a Studio, and I dare you not to cry. But that's like, that whole short just embodies everything, what's going to go there. And again, personally, I cannot wait. I have goosebumps because just the feels that it puts you in is going to be amazing. Another closure that we are possibly waiting on is the closure of Rock and Roller Coaster. That is going to be getting a re-theme to a Muppets coaster. So make sure that you are following me on Instagram as the information comes out and I keep you updated in real time. But again, just keep that in your back pocket if you are traveling from now until the end of the year. And lastly, in Animal Kingdom, as we know, Dinoland USA is pretty much extinct. The only thing that's really left there is Dinosaur the Ride, and that will only be open until the rest of 2025, and then that will close down and make way for the new area that's coming, which is going to be the Tropical America. So just know that going in. Now let's circle back to Magic Kingdom and talk time changes. At the moment, Happily Ever After is happening at 10 p.m. Starting on September 4th, the time change is going to happen at 9 p.m. And then on September 15th, it's going to change to 9:30 p.m. And then as we get more and more into the season, we will see Happily Ever After go earlier and earlier. Now, the new Disney Starlight Parade has been put into the nighttime mix, and that is basically changing all of Magic Kingdom at night and like touring plans and just when you need to get your spot for different things. And I am literally T-minus in 14 days until I am back home. I cannot wait to get there, and I'm basically going to be in Magic Kingdom as many nights as possible to see like the Disney Starlight Parade plus the fireworks and how things are working parties, and then also what happens during the season where the party, like the holiday parties are happening, and what crowds are going to be looking like. So make sure that you're following me on Instagram, and I will take you in real time and showing you like all the things that I experience and giving you all those small details so you are prepared for the crowds, because once the parties start happening, things drastically change in Magic Kingdom, especially when it comes to like the nighttime entertainment. The other reason that I tell you about these time changes for Happily Ever After is, number one, I need for you to look at your dinner dining reservations in Magic Kingdom. I need to make sure that your dining reservations coincide with when you need to get your spot for either seeing the new Disney Starlight Parade and or the time changes for Happily Ever After. Second thing that you need to be aware of is during this time of the year, especially whenever the parties start, Magic Kingdom will close at 6 p.m. on party nights. So that means that you're not going to see any of that nighttime entertainment. So when Magic Kingdom does not have the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties, so many more people are coming into Magic Kingdom to see the nighttime entertainment, which makes it that even more crazier to be able to get your spot. So if you are going to be one of those people that wants to be in Magic Kingdom on a non-party night and you want to see the nighttime entertainment, you need to know that you need to get your spot at least an hour and a half before the Disney Starlight Parade and or Happily Ever After, depending on which one that you're going to want to watch first. Weather during the fall months, I wish I could give you some good news, but I'm afraid it's still going to be hot, it's still going to be humid, and expect rain. That is, that's basically it from August, September, and October. You really don't see like a full-on like change in weather, at least in my opinion, until about November. So in terms of weather, like I said, summer heat, expect that. Make sure you've got your rain gear. I do have 2 full like in-depth videos about how to deal with the heat and then also what to expect for the rain, and I will leave those linked in the description box below for you. But dress as light as possible. Make sure that you have umbrellas, you have fans, you have cooling towels, you have hats, you have sunglasses, you have sunscreen, all of it. If you are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, please take into account your costume. It is going to be hot, especially in August. Also, if you are wearing any kind of makeup with your costume, know that it is going to melt off if you are going in the month of August and September and October. All kidding aside, as you are thinking about your costumes for those parties, just know like in August and September specifically, it is still extremely like summer hot weather. So take that into account as you are putting your costumes together, and then all the accessories and the to-dos to make your costume come alive. And nothing says fall at Walt Disney World like Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. This is probably the biggest and the most popular festival at Walt Disney World. This year for the 2025 season, the dates are going to run from August 28th until November 22nd. Now with this specific festival, it is all about the food and it is all about the drink. So we are still waiting on all of the specifics to be announced, like the food booths, the menus, the special entertainment, what Communicore Hall is going to be turned into, all of that. So know that that in-depth video will be coming at you soon, but you at least know the dates. If this is your first time going to Walt Disney World, know that the Epcot's Food and Wine Festival will be happening in conjunction with your Epcot park ticket. So this is not something extra that you need to pay for. So there are going to be a ton of food booths all over Epcot. There is going to be like special entertainment. There's going to be something called the Eat to the Beat concert, which will be happening in World Showcase in the American Pavilion. Some of the bands that are released are extremely popular and the lines can get long for those, but basically it just turns into such a vibe in Epcot when it comes to the Food and Wine Festival. One main thing that you do need to know is that the festival food booths do not open until 11 a.m. and it can get very hot if you are planning to eat like that mid part of the day. Usually about 4:30 and on is like the best time to like get in line and start eating. A lot of the foods are heavy, but it is just so much fun. I would suggest that you, if you're going with a group, that each of you get like one thing and split it so that you're able to like consume all the things that you want to on your trip. Another change that Disney has announced is a price increase on the scavenger hunts. So they were $9.99 plus tax. With the start of Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, the scavenger hunts are going to be $11.99 plus tax. Again, as soon as we get all of the details for this festival, I will have a full breakdown and have that listed in the description box below when it is live, but make sure that you are pushing that subscribe button so that you don't miss that video. In Orlando, the Halloween season actually starts in August and is almost old news by the time you get to the real month of October. But let's go over all of the seasonal happenings that you will encounter at Walt Disney World on your trip. So first up, decor. Decor will start about August 1st and it will come up in stages. So at first, down Main Street, and let me back up just a second. Magic Kingdom is the main park that you're going to see Halloween decor. That honestly, it's going to be the only park that you see the actual Halloween decor. All of the other parks are going to be normal. So in Magic Kingdom specifically, the first thing that you're going to see up is all of the garland that is going to be going down Main Street. Again, it'll be coming up in stages. So most likely like the first week of August, that's whenever you're going to see the garland start hitting Main Street specifically. Then you'll start seeing like the pumpkins come out on top, and they are very cutely carved and themed to like the placement where they are. So as you're walking down Magic Kingdom, take a look at like the pumpkins that are up there and like what store they're above, and they correspond with that. Just another little level 4 small details that I love. And then lastly are going to be like the big icons. So like big pumpkins in Main Street. You're also going to start seeing the scarecrows come out and that kind of stuff. So again, that will start coming up in stages roughly about like August 1st, and then leading all the way up and be ready for the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. And speaking of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, this year the dates are going to run from August 15th until October 31st of this year. As of recording time, 3 parties have sold out: August 17th, August 19th, and October 31st. So if you are thinking that you are going to go to a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, do not wait to get those tickets. As we get into when they first start happening, like whenever all of the videos start coming out for that first party and everybody sees like what's happening for this year, those parties are going to start selling out quickly. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is an extra ticketed event, meaning that you need to purchase an extra ticket to attend. It will be happening on certain nights through the date range of August 15th through October 31st. The pricing is going to range from $129 all the way up to $229 per person, depending on the party night. I will say that you will see the lesser expensive parties in August and then like mid-September, and then from that point into October, they will get more expensive as you get closer to Halloween. The Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party will begin at 7 p.m. and run until 12 midnight. However, with a party ticket, you can get into Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. and so many people do take advantage of this. I will leave linked in the description box. My next video coming at you is going to be the full breakdown and all the tips and tricks that you need to know and conquering Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, plus all the announcements that they have made so far. So make sure that you push that subscribe button because that will be coming to you next. What you can expect for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party are going to be rare character meet and greets, mainly the villains, my personal favorite. Also a specific parade called the Boo to You Parade, and a Halloween specific fireworks show. All of them are just like everything. I mean, Halloween at Magic Kingdom is just so good, and it really plays nods to like old school Disney Halloween cartoons that I grew up on, so that is why it's like one of my favorite after hours parties. Now is also about the time that you're probably trying to put your trip together, like what parks on what days. So I need for you to be looking at the dates for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Magic Kingdom will close at 6 p.m. on party nights, which means that if you do not have a party ticket, you are not going to be able to stay in for dining reservations. You're not going to be able to see any nighttime fireworks or nighttime parades. So if you want to see and do everything in Magic Kingdom, make sure that your Magic Kingdom day is not on a party night. I do have a full video linked in the description box below for you and taking you through everything that you need to be thinking about trying to put your trip together. together. Now, on the flip side of that, if you have multiple days in Magic Kingdom on your trip, know that going to Magic Kingdom during the day on a party day is actually a really good time to be in Magic Kingdom because the ride waits are on the lower end, especially if you are there like early. Usually on party days, Magic Kingdom will open up at 8 a.m. versus the 9 a.m. If you can get there at 8 a.m. and like from 8 to 11 a.m. is like a great time to like knock out things back to back to back, and honestly almost not have to have multi-pass. Also, just side note, as I'm thinking about it, multi-pass does not work during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So just in case you had that question on your mind, now you know. While the other parks around Walt Disney World do not really like decorate for Halloween, there is one other Halloween offering in Hollywood Studios, and that is a character dining experience. So at Hollywood and Vine, there's something called Minnie's Seasonal Dine. So starting on August 16th and going all the way until November 7th, Minnie and her friends for lunch and dinner will be in like Halloween costumes. And this is a buffet, and the food is fairly good for the experience. If you are someone who loves to like meet rare characters and like collect having pictures and meeting them, this is one of those only things that you can do in Hollywood Studios. I will also note that on October 12th, starting on October 12th, Minnie's Seasonal Dine will be for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So usually just the breakfast time is going to be like for the Disney Junior characters, but that will change, so mid-October until the end of the season. So there's a look into the fall 2025 season. I'm hoping that I gave you some details that you were able to look at and know and be prepared for your upcoming Walt Disney World trip. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram. I will be there in T-minus 14 days. I am so excited, and I will keep you in real time up to date for everything. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing as I take you all around Walt Disney World with tips, tricks, and all the things that you need to know. Also, if this is your first time finding me, make sure that you are checking out my Everything That You Need to Know playlist. I have everything lined out basically in order so you do not miss anything in the planning process for your upcoming trip. I'm Terry with Creating the Magic. Have a magical day.